Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So I have a question for you. Do you have all your eggs in one basket? I don't like to have all my eggs in one basket. What if you trip and fall? And those eggs go tumbling all out the basket. You know what I'm talking about. When you're in the grocery store and you have that little cart thing you're carrying in your hand and you're overflowing it because you thought you were only going to grab a couple things, but you fill it up to the top and then stuff starts falling out and all that great stuff. That's not a great place to be. So you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, okay? That's no longer needed. That's not how we're going to play here. Now, of course, in relationships, right, the one-on-one works best. So I'll give you that. It's more beneficial to only have one basket than multiple baskets, okay? All right. It's beneficial in the long run. Trust me. Stick around. I'm going to tell you why. But here's the thing. In business, you want to be able to spread your wings. And you want to be fruitful, right? To a degree. Because you're only one person. All right. So for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Felicia Streeter over at FeliciaStreeter.com. I'm your... I'm excited about this topic. I'm your performance and growth strategist, coach, mentor, whatever term you want to use. I help you increase your capacity, scale, and grow your contracting business. All right. Now, today in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you're leaving money on the table and how you can pick some of that money back up and into your bank account. That's what we're talking about here today. You're probably like, And yes, if you're not getting contracts right now, you definitely want to hear this. So here's what's going down. The first thing you have to do is expand into new markets. Here's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about doing something totally different from what you're doing, but I can almost guarantee you there's something adjacent to what you're offering that you could be offering to get your foot in the door, to start building up some momentum, getting some cash flow coming in, right? And I believe, and I say this all the time, consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds cash flow. Trust me on that. It works. All right, so expanding into some new markets. Here's some places you can go and expand. Now, most of you probably start in residential because it's like the easiest entry point into getting some work, right? Nothing wrong with that. You always start where you're at and get some money. Okay, it's better than doing it for free, right? Now, if you're only doing residential, how about expanding into commercial? It's not that different. Not that big of a difference. It's not that big of an adjustment, right? It's just that instead of dealing with an individual residential person, you're probably dealing with a management person or someone that's over it. And let me tell you, here's a secret if you don't know it. Commercial and government people are so much so less emotional about the work than residential people. That's just the reality. Okay? So you can expand it to commercial. You could even look at your city government, your state government, corporations, your city schools, colleges and universities, hospitals, doctor's offices, medical centers. There is a broad spectrum of places you can go and start looking for some contracts. Get creative, okay? The second thing is you can also expand further than your current offerings of services or products or whatever you offer in your business right now. So for example, depending on what you do, you could maybe offer some type of physical services. You could offer project management services, right? If you know how to manage projects, which you probably do if you've been doing projects. So maybe you can't get a project to perform physically, but what about being the project manager of a project? Or even a construction manager, right? The construction manager usually looks out for the best interest of the owner, right? In relation to the GC or something like that. So that's another avenue. It's the construction manager. You could go from a trade contractor doing one specific piece, like an electrician, plumber, cement, whatever it is, into being a GC, right? Or if you're doing one trade, maybe you're doing flooring, you could add drywall, add another trade, right? Maybe you can offer superintendent support. If you're a GC, maybe you can go into design build projects. Get creative, right? This is where the money is made. Be creative. Maybe you can turn subcontractors to work for you or with you, right? Train subcontractors. So maybe you can train subcontractors in what you know, right? So if you're a flooring company, maybe here's a contractor that wants to come up and learn more about the flooring and how to do it, that kind of thing. You could train them. Make them your apprentice or something like that, right? And of course, work out the numbers, however that needs to be. I'm not going to get into that here, but you could definitely be creative there and do that. So there's ways to expand and make some money. You just have to be creative and think outside the box, okay? The third thing is growth, okay? Growth is important. And as you're thinking about innovative ways to diversify your contracting income, you always want to look at it in the form of how can I grow my business? That is the main thing we're looking at here. Innovative ways to create some additional income in your contracting business. So as you're growing, another way to increase income is to add team. Get some help with expanding the services that you currently offer, or maybe the new services that you're going to offer. I had a lady ask on Facebook today. She said she's currently working in her business. Right. She's currently working in her business. So how did she say it? She doesn't have time to look for additional work. So here's what she's doing. She's working a project. When that project finished, she's back at zero. She has nothing. No leads, no nothing. And you can't grow like that. It's time for her to start scaling. Okay? And the first thing is to add team. Okay? So a way for you to grow is to add team. If capital, cash flow is strapping you down, limiting your capabilities, you may need to add some capital or cash flow, or funding or something like that. Whether it's you loaning your business some money or, getting some outside loans. Not something I necessarily suggest, and I'm not telling you to go get any loans, but it is an option. Another thing I told the lady is she needs to implement some systems, get organized, and have some processes in place in her business. So it's definitely time for her to start doing that, because let me get some water. Excuse me. So even for you, as you're growing, you can't bring someone in and expect them to just know what to do. Okay? You have to create the system, have things organized, and have the processes in place for them to move into and start implementing. Because if not, that'll kill your business really fast. So make sure you have some systems and structures, processes, and organization in place. Excuse me. You as the owner need to learn how to be more productive. And then in turn, you can teach your team as well. Okay? Here's another way to grow. You can expand beyond your local area. Maybe you're just working in your city. Well, you could maybe expand throughout your state. Or if you're doing your state, maybe you can expand to adjoining states. Or maybe you want to go across the country. Whatever that looks like for you, you can expand geographically, basically, okay? And then another thing is, this is really, really key. Really key. Make technology your friend. Do you know how mobile you can be with technology today? So if you want to grow, expand beyond your own backyard, make technology your friend. I ran and can still run, because it's better today, a multi-million-dollar business. I'm talking to $15-20 million a year, and be mobile. Thank you to technology. Apple paved the way, right? And there's probably other things, but I'm an Apple girl. And the software apps that's available today, A1 to be mobile and running your contracting business, okay? So here's the thing. If you want to grow and you feel like you've maxed out your current area, or you just want some more opportunities, or you need to get your foot in the door, try what I shared with you today. Try this out. Now you might say, like the lady that told me she's really busy right now, you know, how do I do this? Well, for her, she's going back to zero if she doesn't do something quick. Or you can wait till you slow down, and then you can look at this as ways to expand your revenue, income streams, and things like that. But it's a great opportunity to bring in some more money. Okay? So you can either start implementing it now, or if you're like, I'm really, really busy, you can wait till things slow down, and then you're scrambling trying to find a contract because you need some cash flow, and then you're going to implement this at that time. It's up to you. You can do it without the stress, or you can do it with the stress. It may feel overwhelming either way, but it has to be done. It needs to be done, okay? And sometimes, here's the thing. In doing this, you may net some quick wins. You never know what's out there until you go look. Now, I get that. Like I said, I understand that it could be overwhelming. So here's the thing. If you need some help, okay, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. I have this one project, but I need to put these systems in place. This is something that we help you with in the Contractor's Edge programs, because we know that you'll get contracts and then you're working the contracts, but it's time to start scaling and growing your business. Okay? And in doing that, you have to focus on increasing your capacity, scaling, meaning systems, process, organizing things, adding people, and then growing. Whatever that looks like for you, I've gave you some ideas, but those are the things that you have to do in taking your business to the next level, and especially if you want to get out of the working in the field all the time and then coming home late at night or forgetting to invoice somebody or do the paperwork, that kind of thing. Do you know how many people miss bids in their email box because they're on the site working all day, and then when they come home, they're too tired to check their emails? Yeah, we send them out, and we hear that all the time. So I'm just trying to tell you, systems, processes, getting organized, scaling, adding team, and then looking at ways to increase your capacity and grow your business. If you need help with that, I'm your girl. Definitely go check out FeliciaStreeter.com/NLC, and we can definitely get you going. All right? So until next time, what are you going to do? Look for innovative ways to increase your contracting income. All right? I forgot. If you like what I'm putting down, like this video. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, hit the subscribe button, because I don't want you to miss any of this goodness that I'm putting down here every week for you. All right? Until next time, bye for now.